Welcome to Marketing Without the Marketing. This is your host, Michael Bosey. Really glad that you could join me. You know, this podcast, we talk about content marketing and content marketing as a part of an entire content strategy so that you're using your content for a specific business purpose, and all that content is efficient, works together, it's networked, it's doing something for your business. And it's been my pleasure, my privilege to help teach, as I say, the stuff that I know in my own practice with my own clients and running my own content strategy for my own business, to teach that to you, as I say, 10 minutes at a time. Today, let's talk about what the actual underlying goal for all of that is. And if you're using content marketing as an instrument to build an audience, really the thing that you're trying to build in tandem with that, because it's a really key part, is authority. You're trying to build your online authority. And if you think about it, you know, that's pretty obvious what the effects could be on your business. If you start to be seen as an authority in the field or discipline or sector or space that you're in, that's going to do good things for your business. People are going to start to come to you to have you help them solve their problems, and that's where you can start to sort of move up the chain and get paid for it, right? So in content marketing, you may be producing lots and lots of material for free. Again, like I say over and over again, you're doing this with a genuine intent. You want to genuinely help someone solve a problem, and you're going to do that without any expectation of a transaction or even a return on it. And when you're doing it that way, that's content marketing. And now, for folks who are sort of steeped in the old tradition of business, this doesn't make any sense, right? This sounds really counterintuitive. Wait, so you're telling me that I've got to produce free content, I've got to do all this work, in effect, unpaid, to help people, and they're not even going to help me back? They're not even going to pay me? They're not going to become a client? They're not going to become a customer? Yeah, that's it. It sounds counterintuitive, but here's the way this works. I mean, basically, when you are trying to help someone learn something or inspire someone, educate someone, entertain someone, whatever it is, whatever the value proposition, whatever the thing is that you offer, you're doing this to make a positive difference in someone's life. Now, of course, if that was hand to hand, right, one to one, that'd be super difficult. In the old world, that just wasn't possible. But fast forward to today, and helping one person is the same as helping thousands of people at the same time. So that content that you produce can scale quickly, right? Using that network effect that I always talk about, produce something that's remarkable, a piece of short, shareable, informational content that can travel node to node over a network. You're actually able to help a ton of people all at once with the right content, done in the right way, done with a strategy, with a set of goals in mind. You're able to help a ton of people all at the same time. So think about that. That changes the calculus of this quite a bit, doesn't it? It's not you spending time to help one person, though sometimes that's the only effect, and if you do that, that's great. But the goal is theoretically that you're going to help thousands of people. Now, even if you're thinking of this in the old mindset, basically what you're doing, to use the old marketing term, is you're filling the top edge of the funnel, right? If you can use the power of the network effect to propagate your good content, you're going to reach a lot of eyeballs. That's a good thing if you can do that. And some percentage of those folks at the top rim of the funnel, and it doesn't matter whether that is a small percentage or a large percentage, is going to start to move down the funnel, right? Because you've started to build a little bit of trust, a little bit of authority. They see you as someone that they want to come to help them solve their own business issues or whatever it is that they're doing that you're helping with your content. And once they start to see you as an authority, they're going to keep returning. And, you know, It's really not a difficult jump to make to see if someone continues to come back to you 1 time, 2 times, 20 times, 50 times, it becomes a habit. Then the next time that they really need to solve a problem, not something that's sort of generalized help, but specific help, now they might come to you as a client, as a customer. And you can see where I'm going with this. This takes a while. You can't expect a conversion in the first touch, or really in content marketing, not even in the second, third, fourth, fifth touch. This is why you got to be really consistent. You got to be really persistent about it. Just continue to deliver this free help. And this is how I run my own business. I started my own company, Control Mouse Media, 2 years ago, and I live this strategy. I don't do any outreach. I depend on either my network or the strength of my content to create opportunities for me. And almost anything that I've gotten, whether it was active or a support for a contact, it's always been my content that's done good stuff for me. And you can do this too. You can. There's nothing stopping you, right? You're an expert in the realm that you're in. You've got experience in the realm that you're in. You can teach someone something about what you do. I mean, there's no reason that you can't do this too. And the way I've always looked at my business is that I would provide tons of general help for free via blog, podcast, sometimes some videos. I tend to be more comfortable in writing and or audio, so this is why I choose these formats. I don't want to say they're easy to produce, but they're easier for me than video. Now, some people are more comfortable in video or other forms. It doesn't matter what it is for you. You got to choose the content that's right for you and your audience. But generally, the idea is I want to help a ton of people by providing all this free content with very general help. Think about this. The free content that I offer is pretty much general help. I might get into some specifics, but I'm generally trying to get into the why you should use content marketing as a part of an overall content strategy. And really, a lot of the work that's going to be done is going to be you doing the work, right? I'm just here to inspire you, to give you a little, maybe a different way to think of something, maybe some specifics in a blog, but really the work is up to you. And I sincerely hope that it helps you and thousands of other people. But then, think about this, there's some small percentage, and for me, that works into probably, let's say about 1% of all of my audience will actually think to sort of pick up the phone or contact me and say, hey, you know what? I might like some specific help. In other words, those folks are potential clients. And then probably using the numbers, these are very rough, but probably 1 out of 10 of those is probably a legitimate potential client. So you start to see that, if you're using that math, that, you need a pretty wide audience. You need to be helping a lot of folks. So you need your content to travel. Now, I'm being sincere about this, that, I started this business that I'm running to help people. When I started off, I wasn't sure that it would be sustainable, that people would actually pay me for what I do. But I really believed in the strategy that you give a lot of general help, and some small percentage of those folks are going to come through and actually be clients. And that's how you build a business. And look, it didn't happen overnight. It took probably about 16 to 18 months. And that can give you a sense of the span of time that it takes for content marketing. It's not an easy fix. But if you go into it with that mindset, you plan for that so that you understand, hey, look, this is going to take time to build an organic audience. If you go into it with that mindset, with that plan, I believe you can do it too. So don't wait. The best time to start, the saying, right? The best time to plant a tree is, 40 years ago or whatever it is, but the second best time is today. That's true. Get started building your authority. You're producing consistently relevant content that your audience finds valuable. Your authority is going to rise. And the more that you've written, the more that you've connected, the more that people link to you, all these things are going to elevate your author rank on Google, the perception of you in the general web, the trust that people have in you as an authority, all that is going to start to accumulate as an asset for you and your business. Now, it probably goes without saying, this is enormously beneficial to you and your business, and I should say even your current business, right? Because that authority that you accumulate, that has such value that it doesn't matter what your current project is or your next project is. That's going to be something that sticks with you, right? This is what people call their personal brand or whatever. That's yours. You're going to own it. Incredibly important and powerful business asset that you'd be building. And like I've said over and over again in this episode, you can do it too. I know you can. All right, so I think I've gone on long enough about this. I think you get the idea. Really important topic. Get out there and build your authority. Get started now. And there's tons of help that I offer on this. Go to my website, michaelbosey.com, for tons of blogs for small businesses, entrepreneurs, that includes writers, especially nonfiction writers. Tons of stuff there. Subscribe to this podcast, either in iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. It's in a ton of other podcasting apps, including Google Play now. So I'm really happy to have you, really happy for the attention that you've given me, and I hope that it's been helpful to you. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.